Hi everyone, I'm teacher Julie Park and welcome to Wales English, the Inside Scoop. Today's video is going to be about Chinese culture. I thought it was really important that I provide some background knowledge for teachers that are considering teaching in China, or maybe you already are teaching in China and you just don't really understand the students that you're working with. I've been teaching for 3 years now in China, and I really have a good understanding about what these kids are going through, what the parents' culture is like, and why they're even taking lessons with you. So the first tip I have for you is be open. Be open and understanding that the schools, the parents, the students that you're going to be working with and encountering, they're just not like us in North America or Europe or most native English-speaking countries. You are working with people in China who have their own way of doing things, and students are learning in a totally different way. The students are under a lot of pressure. The most students have intense expectations, not only from their parents, but from their school communities, and to compete against each other because there are so many students. So what do? They take lessons online. But they're not just taking English lessons. They're taking math lessons. They're taking science lessons. They're taking dance, visual arts, Chinese music lessons. Any way that these parents can fill their time with knowledge and understanding and develop a better option for them in the future, that's what the parents are going to do. One of my parents told me specifically, her job as a parent is to make sure that the next 14 years of their daughter's life is filled with as much knowledge as she can have, because now is when she's going to learn the most. Competition's really fierce. These students are ranked on a test. If there's 50 kids in their class, they find out what they got on the test out of 50, what number they are. Then they're ranked out of 300 in the grade 5 class. They find out what number they are. If they want to go to high school, there's a student of mine who in her city, there's only 3 high schools. High school number 1 is when you finish grade 9 with 90% or higher. High school number 2, 80%. High school number 3, 70%. If she finishes grade 9 with lower than that, she's going to work the rest of her life. She's not even going to high school. So these kids have to make it. So their parents want them to be number 1. The kids don't get stressed like our kids do though, because they don't know any different. All of the students are working as hard. All of the students are in competition with each other, and all of them fill their time in any way that they can. It's really important that parents save face for their children. These kids want to look the best that they can be, so they're going to prepare their lessons ahead of time. They have to prove to you how smart they are. The parents sometimes get a reputation as dragon parents because they'll sit in the class and they'll sit there and feed their kids the answers so that they can sound like they know what they're saying. And teachers get frustrated by this and they blame the parents for not letting the children to speak in the lesson. But with time, when they get confident with their teacher, those parents back off. But they're only giving the answers to their children so that they sound smart. That's not because they're trying to override their child. I have one other student who his mother wanted him to learn to read English so badly, she purchased a program last summer that contained 60 pattern books. And she bribed her son that if he read 60 books over the summer, he would get the best Lego set in the world. He got the whole Police Academy Lego set. It meant that she sent me videos of him reading a book every day throughout the summer and asking for feedback, which I did, because this boy is now reading at a grade 2 level and he's in grade 2 in China. So I view my lessons as a chance for my students to come, relax, have fun, make mistakes, speak with confidence. Even if they're wrong, I don't correct them because I just want them to come to a safe place. And my class provides that for them. They're free to make mistakes. They're free to act silly. They're free to try and talk even when their speaking is grammatically incorrect. And I've explained this to the parents and they're fine with it because they realize that as these kids are gaining confidence, they're becoming more and more successful. Honestly, when I started teaching in China, I knew nothing about the culture, I knew nothing about the students, and I was only doing it for the money. Now, 3 years later, I never realized how much I would love my students and that they would love me back. I've grown to have such admiration for the culture, the people, my students. I have to go there to China now to visit them one day. I hope you leave your job teaching in China with the same feelings. And I'll see you next time.